Hello, everyone. Welcome to another special edition of Beacon Buzz. I am Emily Roush here with you today. Now, I am very honored to be here with the Mayor of Ashland, Mr. Steve Gilmore. So we just wanted, again, last week we talked to our local health department, and we wanted to talk to our mayor and find out some of the steps that our city is taking and things that we're doing to kind of support each other during this national health outbreak. So first off, Mayor Gilmore, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and thanks for doing this public service.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having us here. Now, one thing I have just noticed so much online, on Facebook, is just how the community is really coming together in a lot of ways to support and help each other during this time. Now, as you look around at the city of Ashland, the citizens of Ashland, how do you see people working together?
Well, I hope that the leaders in our county and our city reflect that same kind of cooperative effort, and I think we do. I know Judge Cheney, Mayor Pike in Catlettsburg, we've met several times, one day for about 3 hours, and we stay in touch daily with each other, as well as Maria Hardy at the Health Department, and also with Tim England, Emergency Management. And they actually are the people who are guiding and kind of helping us regulate things. We're sworn to be the safety and security of our residents. Their health is number one factor for all of us in elected positions. By working together, the City of Ashland people are Boyd Countyans too. So I think it was very necessary for me to work closely with Judge Cheney and also Mayor Pike in Catlettsburg. We're all in this together with the Health Department and Emergency Management. I think that joint effort reflects to the public that all the people in leadership positions are in your corner and trying to do everything we can possibly do to keep them safe and secure. We've done things countywide. We've certainly done things in the city to ensure the safety. I did a public service interview last week, and from my background as a school teacher, the kindergartners come the first day of school, you teach them to wash their hands.
Yeah.
you think they've learned at home, and hopefully they have.
We hope.
We teach the importance of now you're in a group, and wash your hands all the time, every chance you get, and keep them wiping your face when there's no pandemic around.
Yeah.
So now we're having to re-educate our families, total family, and the parents, but it is the most common thing we can do to be cautious about picking up any of the virus. So that's the easiest thing to do. And the social distancing that we're all promoting is vitally important. The schools, we're working with our schools, we're working with the hospital, the citizens are doing their part to the best of my knowledge. It appears that if you go around town, unfortunately for businesses, and restaurants have been closed by the governor, but there's a whole list of them on our webpage and on our Ashland webpage that you can call for pick up and carry out, which I hope people will continue to do that to support them. There are some retail places still open that do not harbor large groups, that you could still count on them for services and supplies and so forth. The grocery stores and drugstores are the key areas that we need to frequent as much as possible and practice all of these other guidelines of washing your hands before and after and during and to keep a distance from other people. I think our people are, in my opinion, doing an unbelievable job. And for all the families that are kind of homebound now, for the most part, that's a good thing too. I think much can be learned from that. I know there's online learning going on with our school systems, but just that family unit, it's one of the things over the last generation or so is escaping us more rapidly with the world has gotten broader. Kids are, Facebooking and media conscious about things and doing more things that are not on a personal level. So it is a great time for parents and kids at home to communicate more, do projects at home, and it may strengthen families more than we'll ever know. But obviously, keep from being out in the public in groups, because that's where it's going to be a real problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know when we talked to the health department, social distancing was the main thing that they emphasized. And I know I've noticed a big shift, just going to the grocery store
Mm-hmm.
and all of the great things that you talked about. Now, you talked a lot about collaboration with officials in our neighboring cities, officials in the county. Are there any specific policies within the city of Ashland or procedures that have been enacted that you can speak on because of the COVID-19 outbreak?
Well, obviously we closed some of our facilities.
Mm-hmm.
The city building is closed.
Mm-hmm.
You can call the mayor's office at 385-3400, an important number to have.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have a phone tree number. I'm sorry, it's 3300. I never call the mayor's office, okay? But the mayor's office is 385-3300. Mm-hmm. The phone tree number is 385-3400, and people need to call about water, sewer, garbage, police, fire, whatever relative to the city. They can call that number and find another number on there that they need to call directly.
And I'll tell you what, we will put that number in the description with this episode so that way everybody watching it has it.
And we'll send you a list of that too. We'll make sure the Beacon has all that. You're great about doing public service things in your newspaper too, which is so helpful. We keep it all the time in the office because there's a lot of things that we need to refer to, and I'm very proud of the work the Beacon's doing. But we've closed Central Park. We thought we would keep it open, but we have closed it. You can still walk the park with your dog, your cat, whatever. And but people were congregating at the playground, congregating around the restrooms that were closed for the winter, around the ball fields, and we can't promote that. In fact, our police will disperse people. The library commons, the very enticing area right next to the library, is closed, and we will keep the social distancing to the best of our ability, and we're doing a pretty good job on it, I think. But people follow it pretty well, and I'm very proud of the conduct of our citizens in that regard. Obviously, our police and fire are tuned in to situations at all times for us to know that there are some situations that aren't following the regulations and policies that not only come from Washington but from our state government and the governor. He's very concise and specific about what we should be doing and how we need to keep social distancing and no group activities at all. It's a different thing for everyone. This is in my entire life, I've never seen anything like this. And it's I know the president has called it a war on this pandemic, and it's very similar, I guess, to back in wartime areas where everybody just stayed put. This is in a community and a country-wide basis. This is a significant catastrophe to happen because people are dying every day. We're fortunate that there have been no reports in Boyd County yet. Kentucky as a state are reasonable number, a little over 300, I think, as of today. West Virginia has a very low count. I think this tells me as mayor of Ashland that people are following the guidelines. Some may not be reported. Could be they're having a general flu, or maybe they've had coronavirus and they've passed through it. It's hard to say, but report-wise, Boyd County is, we're free and void of it at this point, and I'm very proud of that. I think it's because our citizens are really on task on this.
Yeah, I think that's so great because I know when we met with the health department and all the things we're reading is the sooner we all get on that same page, the sooner we can return back to normal. You had touched on earlier about supporting our local restaurants and businesses. So you said there's a list on the city webpage and Facebook page where you can see restaurants, locally owned restaurants that have takeout options, definitely.
With their phone number.
With their phone number, and definitely, what else do you have to say about just trying to kind of pull together and support our small businesses in this time?
Many of them are closing. Some of them for obvious reasons, that they're too big, and if they're open, there are going to be groups of people coming in there, maybe, maybe not. But then the smaller places, you know, I don't know how many, I don't have a count on who might still be open in an arcade. Some of the smaller service industries around downtown that need to survive too. Some of those service agencies are needed by our residents and how they conduct business, repair services for heating, air, whatever the case may be. Plumbers coming to your home when you have a bad leak. So those people need to be called continually. It's very hard on one hand to tell people that we can't congregate anywhere, but yet if you have to have some of these services, or you get tired of cooking all the time, which I don't think people cook so much at home anymore, so this is a real change of pace for a lot of families, then we have a myriad of restaurants in town with a myriad of menus to choose from.
Yeah, I've been seeing so many places online doing like maybe takeout options they haven't offered before. Even in some of the businesses, I've noticed some of our local business that are doing like pickup orders, even some of the local retail shops, or some that have kind of beefed up their online stores and things like that. So I just think the importance of kind of supporting each other in this time is so great. Well, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything that you would like to leave our viewers with today?
Well, just continue, from what I can tell, continue what you've been doing, and respect the distancing in groups. You know, that family unit. Make sure if your kids are teenage or a little older or whatever the case may be, if they go out somewhere for a while, know where they've been. Encourage them to be careful where it is they're going. If they don't get in groups, do a lot of thing by phone or Skyping with friends. It will help a lot. Wash your hands frequently and pray a lot too. That other people aren't as fortunate as us right now. Remember them.
All right. Well, that is such a great thing to keep in mind. Again, Mayor Gilmore, thank you so much for having us, and it has been so great for us to get to share with our viewers what Ashland is doing right now.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.